If not now, when? If not me, who? Well, we'll find out in the Starting Point pregame show on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point, you have more choices than you think.
And welcome into the Starting Point pregame show. I'm Kyle Kirsten along with Austin Maurice as we bring you week number 1 playoff action tonight up in Oak Harbor as the Fredericktown Freddies are made the drive up here to start week 1. And, well, for tonight's lesson, we are going to go back to the times of antiquity and across the fields of Gaza where the Philistines are facing the Israelites. And we're looking at a David versus Goliath kind of situation here tonight, Austin.
Yeah, in an area that's pretty darn flat. I would say this is an uphill battle. I think the Freddies have got it in tonight against the 10-0 Oak Harbor Rockets. 7-0 in their conference, scoring 44 game, only giving up 9.
Yeah, that is a league that, in and amongst itself, they come from. 5 of the 8 teams are going into the playoffs this week. They've got a long-standing tradition of constantly being a solid conference overall, and then Oak Harbor has just kind of elevated that over the last 3 years. Was it 29-0?
28-0 in the regular season over the last 28 games. It has been quite the run for them.
And the last time they lost at home was when?
2022.
So if we were in Vegas, the odds would really be high if you want a good return on your investment for an upset.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
Just trying to make sure where we're at there, and that's what it's going to have to be is, it's going to be one of those situations. You look down this lineup for Oak Harbor. You notice that the second team gets in a lot, even the third team, because of these scores in these situations. So the depth factor on top of the talent factor is going to be something that Oak Harbor is going to lean on heavily. So if you're Fredericktown, you're looking at this situation, how do I handle this? And how do we handle a team of this caliber that comes in here and, well, pretty much has had their way with anybody they've played over the last, 2-3 seasons? I'm thinking it's going to have to be ball control, number one. You have to keep the ball out of that team's offensive hand, however that is, whether that's, Roush running it, whether it's Sipes throwing it, Sipes running it. Who steps up along with that? Does Toombs have a breakout game? I mean, that's something we've watched for years now with that young man of his size and his ability. When is he going to have that really dynamic, giant kind of game where he's put on 2 or 3 touchdowns, kind of takes it over by himself in that role? And that would be something they would need tonight, is everybody not only to play at their A game, but their A players to take it up a couple extra notches. Because if they cannot get ball control under control, if they can't have 4 to 5, 6 minute long drives, and they just put the ball back in the hands of Oak Harbor. If I remember correctly, you were telling me Oak Harbor averages what per play?
9.6 yards per play.
So basically a first down per play.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if that happens, then what? You've got 1, 2, 3, depending on where you start, you got 4 or 5 plays before you're in the end zone. You know what I mean? So the score repetition is going to go extremely quick and extremely high. And we were talking about this on the scoring differential. I mean, what are the numbers coming in per quarter against each of these teams that Oak Harbor has?
First quarter, you got Oak Harbor, so obviously starts out strong. They've outscored opponents in the first quarter 157-6. So starting off the first quarter pretty darn strong. Second quarter gets a little bit closer, 96-53. So it gets a little closer, but then that third quarter comes out, and it seems like this is a team that starts strong at the start of the game, starts strong in the second half, outscoring opponents in the third quarter 163-7. So collectively, 2 touchdowns have been scored in the first quarter and the third quarter for this team. Fourth quarter, for what it's worth, it's about a 50-50 split, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're getting their young men in there to kind of get some experience and some practice like that. So, yeah, like you're saying, this has got to be something where it's got to be ball control for the Freddies. Their A-plus players have got to step up. You got to see some guys shine. And it's going to be a great learning experience for them going against a legitimate team in Division 5 that expects to win and feels they have the opportunity to win the Ohio Championship this year.
Number 6 ranked team in Division 5. And that's key to that is, like you said, the ball control, and then having drives that produce. That we talked a little bit about that earlier. And if you have a 10 to 15 play drive and you chew up 5 to 7 minutes of that game clock and march the ball downfield methodically, but don't get any points, you're putting yourself in the hole. That's going to be the biggest thing for Fredericktown is they cannot have a possession that does not result in points in this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, and for the Freddies, what's going to be a big part is that I think if you've watched the Freddies football team this year, you know that they're a team that relies on the run game. It's a big part of their game. It's a big part of what they do. They can air the ball out if they absolutely need to, but they're going to try and keep the ball on the ground. And the problem is for Oak Harbor, that's their best facet of their defense. They're only giving up 65 yards a game rushing. But you look at it and say, okay, that's their strongest suit, so the weak side's got to be that pass defense. Well, they've only given up 4 passing touchdowns this year, and they've intercepted the ball 9 times. So they're going to get at you in all sorts of ways, and they consider their pass defense to be the weaker facet of their defense. But 4-9 sounds pretty darn good to me. So the best way to try and keep their offense off the field, obviously, is to keep the ball on the ground and try and, stay out there and keep that offense out of there. But you got to capitalize on every possession. I think an empty possession for the Freddies tonight could spell disaster because the second they don't score, Oak Harbor absolutely is going to capitalize on that.
Exactly. And as you talked about there earlier with the stat of 9.9+ yards per play, that tells you that team's a quick hitter. Yeah. It's probably going to be a very fast-paced. I would be shocked if you see a whole lot of huddling by that offense. Probably right back to that line of scrimmage. Rely on their athleticism, rely on their speed, and their ability to take care of business that way. So it'll be interesting to see how they come up with it. We're going to take a quick break here for some of our sponsors. We'll be back for more of the Starting Point pregame show.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
What? How do you know?
I took a pregnancy test the other night. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm ready to be a mom.
It's totally okay. I heard there's this place called Starting Point. They have free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and counseling. They have resources available for girls on a tight budget. You have more choices than you think.
Really? I don't know. If my parents find out, they'll kill me.
Don't worry, girl. Everything is confidential and judgment-free.
How do I make an appointment?
Just visit knoxstartingpoint.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court's residents and staff wish all of the area student athletes the best of luck this season. Country Court is a Levering Management Skilled Nursing Center.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree entirely online, anywhere, anytime. Our bachelor's and master's programs are designed to help you balance your education with work, family, and other priorities. Here at MVNU Online, we craft our faith-based programs specifically for your success. Learn more at mvnu.edu or call us today at 1-800-839-2355. Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
So as we come back here, ready for kickoff in about 4.5 minutes, one of the things you notice out here is the quality of the field looks like it's going to be a lot better than what these kids have been used to playing on. I mean, they've done a great job. I was just noticing that as they were playing the national anthem, just the way this field is set up down here and the slope on it and everything like that, you know that's not going to become a factor then. So you know you're playing on a good field. You're in front of a home crowd that isn't much larger than what you could see when you go to Danville. It isn't much larger than you can see when you go up to Northmore. So that factor can go out. You don't have to worry about that. So now it's just that mental factor of Oak Harbor and who they actually are on paper, right? And then one of those things as a coach you try to tell your kids is, yeah, they beat 10 other schools. I don't know, they weren't us, right? So let's not just assume that because they beat these other 10 other schools, it's not us. Now, again, I'm trying to give you the most positive spin on this whole situation I possibly can because I spent 2.5 hours on the drive up here trying to think of how exactly Fredericktown can pull this one off. And it's that mindset of being positive when you go out there, because if they're going to go out there and say this team's already beat us, then obviously they have, because you've already let that happen. So your mind's got to be in the right spot as you walk on this field. And then you got to take it one play at a time. That's the biggest thing, and especially as if something goes wrong. You know, because when these kids have a mistake, you give up a big play, somebody gets beat, you miss your assignment, you're in the wrong spot or whatever that may be, you can sometimes rest on that play for a couple plays after. And that will then take you out of your spots in those plays. And that trickling effect is sometimes referred to as that sand, you know, like that quicksand. Then you start drowning in your own failures, and you're not even helping yourself out on the field. So I think for Fredericktown, that's going to be the number one point that the coaches really need to push down, is that these kids have to be able to accept the mistakes that happen, accept big plays as they happen, because obviously Oak Harbor has talent. They have skill. They have kids that are capable of getting the job done. So you know you're going to see those big plays. You just got to limit it to some degree and not be your own enemy out there. It's already enough you're battling against this Oak Harbor team. Don't battle against yourself.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're the Freddies, I do think that one thing is going on their side is this isn't unfamiliar territory for them. Last year, they were in a very similar position, but you were heading up to Archbald to play at the same team that everybody's telling you, oh, well, they're going to blow you out. They've been, dominating everybody. And the thing was with Archbald, you pull up to that stadium and it's huge. It's elaborate. Everything in it is just very overwhelming. You almost feel like how The Undertaker, as they're playing that music, used to overwhelm you when you entered in. You almost felt like you were down 7 points before you set foot on the field. There's nothing about this place to me, as I'm here in person kind of looking at it, that makes me feel like this is overwhelming. Now, the quality of the talent that's on the field for Oak Harbor is going to be pretty darn good. But the score right now is 0-0, and you just got to go out there and suit up and play the best possible game that you can, because that's what it's going to require from Fredericktown. They have to play 100% every play. You really can't afford mistakes tonight, and you're going to need some guys to step up in situations, but this is at least familiar territory for you. You've been here before. You really actually started off. They scored first in the Archbald game last year, which hard to really remember, but they got the first 7 points on the board, went downhill from there, but start off strong, make sure that you stay on the field for as much as possible, and try and get this offense for the other team kind of out of rhythm a little bit. Don't let them get into the groove of things, and don't get heading downhill too quickly.
Yeah, and the funny thing about a lot of this is you were talking in the pregame and excuse me, the 9-yard plus. If your defense can push them to 3 yards, 4 yards, and you're forcing them to go first down, second down, and maybe even a third down to get that first down. While to the fan at home, they're like, oh, whoop-de-doo, what does that mean? For a team that doesn't have to do that on the regular, that starts to creep into your mind of, wait a minute, we're at a third down? When do we ever have third downs? And if you can win those small little battles, keep yourself within a striking distance, and that's the key, is you have to stay within that striking distance while you're doing this. You start to put that doubt in their mind, then you start to be able to turn those situations that normally go against you into your favor, and you play that game in the brains as well as on the field with them. But if you can't stop them offensively, and they walk out there and feel they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, you're going to be in that hard battle, constantly having to fight against it. So it'll be key to see how that goes. And Fredericktown is going to get the chance to set the tone early. They're going to get the ball here. They lost the toss. Oak Harbor deferred to the second half. And so Fredericktown will start with the ball. in the game here, and it's going to be key for them on this possession like we talked. Take time off the clock and have a score.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if it's a win necessarily. Obviously, getting some points on this first drive feels pretty necessary, but I don't know if you need some quick strike, explosive play, burning a little bit of time off that clock, getting into the rhythm on the offense. Burning some of that time is going to be a key. That's going to be a theme that I think we're going to fall back on a lot tonight. Ball possession is going to be huge for the Freddies.
So Fulton Krupp has the ball teed up as Davis, along with Roush, will be back deep to return it. Gets his right foot into it. It's going to be a short kick taken by Davis at about the 10, up to the 15. He stutter steps a little bit to the outside across the 25, and he'll go out of bounds there, right around the 25, 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies.
All right, so for the Freddies, you kind of know the normal suspects for them. You got Sipes, you got Roush, you got Toombs. Davis steps in there every once in a while, makes some things happen. A name to watch out for, at least on the defense for Oak Harbor, is going to be Carson Ridner. It's number 5 on that team. He's it's Jake Ridner. My apologies. There's brothers on this team, both big impact players, but Jake Ridner is the number to watch for. Number 58 is a big lineman. You'll see him out there. He's going to be pretty noticeable. Got 15 sacks on the season, so they're going to be having to double team him a little bit tonight, but he's going to be somebody to watch for sure.
Yeah, you definitely want to know where he's lined up, and right now it looks like he's going to be lined up on that right side of that defense. As he changes my tune and comes over to the left. See, I am on it already from the start. We're going to have a good game tonight, so they're going to come out in a shotgun formation. Tight trips to the left. Roush in the backfield as Sipes takes the snap. Quick hitter to the outside. He's got Davis out there with some blockers in front of him. Stutter step out across the 30, and he'll get out to the 35. A nice little quick hitter, and picks up a first down.
Yeah, not much more.
Just shy of that first down. I apologize.
Not much more you could ask for right there, though. Again, that first down would have been great, but the key for the Freddies here, maintain this ball as long as possible and try and capitalize on these possessions. So great start right there. Good example of what you really want to see from them tonight on offense.
So they come out again, 2nd down and 1. Shotgun formation. Now he's going to send 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush in the backfield with him on the right-hand side. He's going to send a man in motion from left to right. Takes a snap. Gives it to him on the jet sweep. Turns it up across the 35. He'll push that pile. Roush got him there at about the 38, but enough for a first down. And the Freddies keep the drive going.
Absolutely. Not bad field position for them to start this drive. And so far, so good. Yeah, it's going to be this feeling out period. And again, keep in mind that 143 to 7 or 143 to 6 score line to start it for Oak Harbor there. So if you're the Freddies, this first quarter is going to be a big impact because Oak Harbor's used to going up early, going up often.
So 1st down and 10 as the ball sits at their own 38-yard line. Again, shotgun formation, trips far side left, one to the near side right. Man in motion from left to right, fake it to him this time. Now it's going to be Roush on the counter to the left side, and he gets maybe about 2 yards on that one. Not a whole lot of room over there.
It's going to be interesting to see how Roush adjusts tonight because, again, for this defense of Oak Harbor, the rushing game is their strong suit. So for Roush, who is a playmaker for this team and somebody the Freddies really need, how does he respond tonight? How does that offensive line in front of him kind of hold up against some real big playmakers for Oak Harbor?
So 2nd down and 9 now as they come out of the huddle. Sorry about that, Austin.
No.
Shotgun formation again, 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush on the right-hand hip. Sipes looks over that defense, snaps his hands, gets the ball, quick hitter out there across the 45, and he'll push forward to about the 47 before the wave of green slides him back, and that'll bring up a manageable 3rd and about 1.
Yeah, a little bit of success right there with kind of some of those screen passes, though. Maybe find something early that's reliable right there and see if you can make something from it. When the individual talent on that Oak Harbor team is as strong as it is, it's not a bad idea by the Freddies to try and negate that as much as possible. Try and get some blockers out in front and kind of eliminate those one-on-one opportunities and see what you can get.
So the ball just shy of that 50-yard line. 3rd down and 1 as it sits at the 47. Pistol formation. Fakes the pass. He's going to hand it to Roush. Roush is going to go to the right side and just had nothing really there for him to work with. As he ran into the backside of his lineman, lost about a half yard on that one and brings up 4th down.
Yeah, you could see that line when that started to happen. It just instantly shifted into that Freddie territory right there. And now find yourselves in somewhat of a crucial 4th down right here where this drive so far so good. You've been getting some yardage. You burned a little bit of clock and kind of played your game. But you got to keep it alive right here.
So now Sipes is going to get up underneath center in a single back formation with 2 to the right. Quick turn, handoff, Roush again right to that line. And again, there was no push. And big number 58 was leading that charge.
Yeah, for Oak Harbor, they weren't going to let that happen right there. And that's the problem with it is that run game they're just so stout against. And so I think some of those screen passes getting out wide a little bit, I think that's going to be a key for the Freddies tonight. They had success on a couple of those right there. But those last couple plays just tried going right up the middle, and there just wasn't anything there. But now all of a sudden we get the opportunity here to see the Rockets out here on offense and get to see Michael Lalonde along with Carson Ridner.
So now they have the ball, and they're ready to attack. Shotgun formation, quick turn. That's going to be Ridner right up the middle, and there he goes. There's that 9, 10, 15, 20, and he will finally get hawked back down by Davis. I believe that was Davis on the tackle there, but that is the explosive yards per play that we were talking about, and there they go, right back to that line of scrimmage. Offense doesn't even have time to sub out anybody on the defense. Quickly turn again. Redner again, right off that right side, and again he hits it, and again he's in. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
Yeah, and just like that, we kind of talked about it, how quickly that offense can explode right there. And we said 9.6 yards per play. Got a little bit more than that average right there. 2 plays, and all of a sudden you're in. So that shows the Freddies pretty quickly right there what you can do and what you can't do on offense. And giving the ball over that quickly was a problem for them. And the defense is going to have to adjust a little bit tonight to the level of play that this Oak Harbor team is going to bring to them.
So as we said, that is not what you wanted to do. You did not want to fall behind. So Fredericktown's offense needs to come out and find that answer after this extra point. Krupp will do the kicking duty. Kick is up, and it is good. So our score here is Oak Harbor 7, Fredericktown nothing. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Nels Floor Finishings is veteran-owned and operated with over 30 years of industry experience. They provide high-quality flooring, offering installation, refinishing, and more, including Murphy beds, handmade Amish woodworking, and gorgeous tile backsplashes. If you enjoy the classic look of hardwood, the versatility of vinyl, or the durability of tile, then come visit our showroom at 810 North Sandusky Street in Mount Vernon, or request a quote today by calling 740-398-5954.
So we come back, our score, Oak Harbor 7, Fredericktown nothing, and just kind of what we had worried about there, Austin, we saw that offense, and they are fast. 2 plays, 50 yards, touchdown.
Yeah, that's the number 6 team in the state right there, and you're seeing why right there. That offense, they know how to get it done. Ridner's going to be a problem tonight. He's averaging 130 yards a game. He could be in store for that tonight.
So again, Krupp with the ball teed up. This time he kicks it low. It's going to be bounced, taken by the up man at about the 18. He stumbles there across the 20 up to the 30. He got through one tackler, and he gets taken down by a host of Rockets. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies at their own 34-yard line.
So with the Freddies here, obviously, you're going to be needing to get every single yard you can on offense. You got to try and push the ball downfield. One of the keys, though, is going to be ball possession, too. We've talked about that, but don't lose the ball. You can't afford fumbles. You can't afford interceptions. This team's turned over. Oak Harbor has 19 turnovers this year, so they're a ball hawk team. They're turning over 2 a game.
Empty backfield this time for Sipes. He's got 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion from right to left is going to be Roush. He fakes the handoff to him, and he keeps it himself. And Sipes is like, I've seen it, and I can do it myself. He's down across the 40. Got 1 man to beat. Dead legs him at the 20. 10. Touchdown, Freddie!
Look at that, baby. Let's go. Wow. Sipes giving them a taste of their own medicine right there. What a run by that young man.
And that is exactly what the Freddies needed to answer back to that. You are going to have that kind of explosive answer every time you let that ball go to the other side of the field.
Yeah, that was a heck of a run right there. And what a response by the Freddies. You see that offense go out there for Oak Harbor and do what they did, and you say, you know what, we can do one better.
So they are going to line up for the extra point, as that's going to be Isaiah Brake. Snap is back, kick is up. Kick is good, so our score here, Oak Harbor 7, Fredericktown 7, is David facing Goliath. Stay tuned on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
New boyfriend or just friends? LOL or OMG? Call, text, or email. Mom. These days, keeping up with your child can be puzzling. But when it comes to straightening your child's smile, you can rest assured that an orthodontist can solve the puzzle. Only orthodontists have an additional 2 to 3 years of education beyond dental school to become specialists in straightening and aligning teeth. So get it right. See the specialist.
See your local orthodontic specialist, Weigel Orthodontics. Visit weigelorthodontics.com.
Elite prepare.
So right after that, Fredericktown does answer the bell, and Sipes rolls off a quarterback keep, 60-plus yards, and our score here is tied 7-all.
Look at that by Sipes right there. What a response from really the team leader, the one that's got to be the morale carrier tonight, because there's going to be some tough moments. You saw it on that first drive for Oak Harbor. But the Freddies respond right back, and that's great to see right there. So now what can this defense do with a little better starting field position?
So it's going to be a wobbly kick picked up at about the 35 by the up man. He was across the 40 to the 45. He still keeps that pile going, and finally he goes down right about the 47-yard line. And Well, I tell you what, it's almost one of those things you don't want to kick deep because we talked about it. They have a lot of explosive. We haven't even seen what kind of kick returners they have, but they've taken them to the house. So you want to go short, but then you're still shortening the field. We just saw on 2 plays they went 50-plus yards. Like, you are in such a conundrum as a coach to figure out how to put this team at a disadvantage.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the coach has got it out for him tonight.
So again, Oak Harbor shotgun formation, quick snap turn. It's going to be reading off the left side. This time cuts it back up to the middle, across the 50 to the 45. A moral victory there. You only got 8 on you, and it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, you can just see the initial burst of speed that he has, and you can tell. I was watching a lot of kind of some tape on him before this game started. His vision is unbelievable. He can see these gaps opening up before they're actually there because he just knows what his line is going to do, and he's a very forward-thinking runner, and you can see it when he plays.
So again, shotgun formation, again, handoff. It's going to be Redner off that right side, a big room. And I tell you what, he's got such a stutter, jump, find those holes, and across the 40 he goes down to the 36 and another 1st down. You almost need, oh boy, it's almost as if you need to not attack him, but almost be in a reaction to him kind of position. It's hard to explain this, but you almost have to slow down your pursuit upfield.
Yeah.
Because he's going to go past you and he's going to change his direction so much. You got to be a little bit more in control.
Yeah.
So to the line of scrimmage to go with 1st down, man in motion from right to left, shotgun formation. This time he's going to take it and he's going to roll left, looks left. He's got his receiver there, caught out across the 30-yard line, and he'll go down and out of bounds at the, we'll call it about the 27, and it'll be another 1st down.
Completion there to Wyatt Augsburger. So, yeah, something to kind of keep in mind with Lalonde, too. Yeah, you have a Redner, fantastic running back, but Lalonde set the record the last 2 seasons with this team with completion percentages of 78 and 79. So, doesn't miss many of the throws that he takes.
So quickly they go shotgun formation. One left, one to the right. Turns, hands off. Redner again. He's going to stutter step and again goes right past the defender out across the 25 down to about the 21-yard line before he's wrapped up by a host of Freddies.
And I think you're onto something there, though, with what you're talking about. You know, trying to engage on him, trying to attack him may not be as counterintuitive as it seems the right answer. You almost need to let him show his move first and kind of respond off of that. Because if you gun towards him, he's going to read you first, and he's going to blow right by you.
He wants you to commit to that point so he can change his point of attack. Again, shotgun formation, another man in motion from right to left. Takes a snap, hands it off. Again, Redner made a man. Oh, great job there, and I believe that is big number 58. It is, as he was able to sneak in there, did a great job of breaking himself down, and that is Jonathan Burns on the tackle for a loss.
I think Burns is going to be in for a long night. He's going to have to pull off some plays like that, but that was a big one right there. And to prove that you can do it, even mentally, just to show, yeah, we can compete with these guys early, it's got to be encouraging stuff for the Freddies.
So this is a change of pace. They're slowing down. As Alona looks over to the sideline, gets his call, shotgun formation. Redner is on the right-hand side with him. They're going to move a little bit around on the line. Comes set, takes a snap, turns, fakes the handoff. He rolls out to the right, does he? He looks down, and he's got his receiver there and incomplete. As he was trying to hook up with his wide receiver on an out route. That was Tyler Thompson, the 5'11", 165-pound senior. And a good job in the coverage out there. I believe that was Andrew Kirshner on the coverage, but I could not fully see the number. Was it 21 or 12? Stirk Parker is who it was, number 21. Great job there last minute, just getting his hand in front of the wide receiver's face, disrupting his view of the ball and causing the incompletion. So staring at a 4th down, something that I don't know how often they've stared at, but I'm pretty sure it's under 10. Lalonde takes a snap. Now he's going to hit Ridner on a little swing pass to the out flats. He made one man miss, but he tried to make another, and I think that was enough, and it is, to get a 1st down at the 15. Almost had him again, dead to rights.
Yeah, and so the drive keeps kind of going right there. But, yeah, you kind of pointed this out. This is still unfamiliar territory. For what it's worth, this is more points given up in the first quarter than they have all season through 10 games. So that's a pretty incredible fact, that the fact that the Freddies were able to pull that off so far. So this first quarter, you really can't complain if you're a Freddie fan or a Freddie player.
So, again, Lalonde's got him in a shotgun formation, 2 left. Sends a man in motion from right to left. Ridner in the backfield, takes the handoff. He goes left. He follows it into the hole. He gets a hit right there at the line of scrimmage, but he does a good job of keeping those legs running down to the 11. And the other thing that he does when he hits that traffic is his knees start to come up higher. He's almost trying to use the distance between you and him and the knee to keep you back away from him. Another technique that is not very well understood or taught a lot of using your own body to keep spacing on the tackles. So again, shotgun formation form. Man in motion goes from left to right this time. As Rittenhouse's on the left-hand side. Gets the handoff. He goes to the right, cuts it down, and then just a shoestring tackle there. I cannot tell on the far side if that was, looked like Roush was on there initially at the point of attack. Tripped him up and knocked him down, so now it's a 3rd down and 1. Again, quickly line of scrimmage this time. Londe takes it. He's going to keep it himself. Stutter step. Now he's got a crease. Spins out of 1. Rolls forward to the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
Not probably their stereotypical kind of scoring drive right there, but a successful one that reaps them 7 points nonetheless, or 6 points as of now. But, yeah, that was the Freddies made them work for it, though. That's something with that defense. They did hold pretty strong. Again, starting from pretty much midfield for the Rockets there, too.
They'll come out again for the extra point. As Fulton Krupp has his stance set, the ball will be snapped. Kick is up. I'm going to say that's good. And it is. So our score here, Oak Harbor 14, Fredericktown 7. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Fairness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234. Explore online at elitepreparedness.com or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
I just found out my daughter is pregnant and I don't know what to do.
Wow, how'd you find out?
I found the pregnancy test in the trash and heard her on the phone talking about abortion. I know it's her decision, but this is big. I want to help.
What about Starting Point, Pregnancy and Family Resource Center?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
They have pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and accurate information on all her options. They're always non-judgmental, and it's free.
Wow, where do I get more info?
Google Knox Starting Point. They're right behind the hospital in Mount Vernon.
Thanks. I didn't know where...
So as we come back, Krupp gets his foot into a high end over-end kick taken by Roush at about his own 2. Comes up the near sideline, cuts it to the outside, a stiff arm and a flag, and it's probably going to be a hold. And he goes down way inside the 20, back at the 14-yard line. Might have been one he might want to think about next time, letting hit and go into the end zone, because that's going to push them back even further from the point of attack because of the holding penalty, which will be half the distance to the goal line. So they're going to be starting 1st and 10, probably about their own 7.5 yard line.
And that's going to be reality tonight. Again, you've been able to see it with the leg that young man has, but touchbacks are a very realistic possibility on the special team side for the Rockets. So yeah, it's going to be a thing for the Freddies. They got to be careful getting pinned back like this. Again, this offense is already going to have some struggles when it comes to going up against the Rockets defense, but having to do it basically the length of the field is just not going to be advantageous for them in any way.
So it is at the 7-yard line as they come out of the huddle. Shotgun formation, 3 to the near side right as Roush is on the left-hand hip of Sipes. Sends a man in motion. That's Davis. He's going to fake the handoff to him, give it to Roush. He gets hit in the backfield, and he's going to lose about a yard on that one, as he was not able to get anywhere. I couldn't see the number, but boy, they shot in quickly from that far right side of the defensive line.
Yeah, there was just nothing there, and I think that middle is going to be tough to kind of go through tonight. Again, I don't think it's a super overwhelming size from Oak Harbor necessarily, but I think that it's just such a tight unit, such a well-coached unit, that it's going to be really tough to go up against them if you're the Freddies. So I think trying to get out wide is going to be important. I like how they're lined up here.
So empty backfield for Sipes. He takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to have a quick hitter. Roush, it bounces, and now, oh boy, luckily that bounced off his hands and flew out of the range of everybody, as the defense was right there in the form of Cooper Schultz, the 5'10", 145-pound junior, and it falls incomplete to make it 3rd down and 11. And these are the situations you don't want to be in against Oak Harbor.
No, not at all, especially pinned back in your end like this. You got to try and find a way. If there is an option to get a 1st down right here, you got to try and get it, because you really don't want to be pinned back trying to punt the ball away from this deep.
So we'll see what they come up with as they come out of the huddle. Roush in the backfield on the right-hand side as Sipes has 2 left, 2 to the right. Claps his hands, gets the ball, he looks downfield, he's looking downfield, he's got his receiver there, that's Davis, and he makes the catch across the 1st down line, and he keeps the drive alive, and great awareness by young man Davis there. A lot of times you see these 3rd and long, and the receiver doesn't go far enough. He went just far enough, got it, made sure his feet were in bounds.
Yeah, that field awareness right there was fantastic by Davis. Yeah, he got right past the point where he needed, didn't try to get too much, just got that 1st down.
So they're going to look over the sideline now for the play call. And, again, that's a sign you like to see. You keep the offense out there. You know, you've limited them to only 2 possessions here. You're about to put them in a position. They may have only scored 14 points in the first quarter, which everybody's like, what are you talking about? Well, against Oak Harbor, that's a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shotgun formation as Sipes has got Roush in the backfield. Oh, he bobbles the ball there. Is he able to pick it up? He is not, and it's still on the ground, and I think Oak Harbor has it. They do, and that is not what you needed. Young man was looking downfield. He knew what he wanted to do. And unfortunately, when the play started, he went to step 2 immediately and forgot to go with step 1. That ball went off his shoulder pad. Then he tried to pick it up to still play with it, which is a no-no. You need to just fall on it, kicked it away from himself, and now Oak Harbor has got 1st and goal at the 6.
Yeah, an advantageous position for any offense, let alone an Oak Harbor offense. It's got Ridner sitting back there. He's looking at that end zone saying, yeah, you're about to be mine.
So shotgun formation. As Lalonde has got Ridner on the right-hand side. Man in motion from left to right is going to be Butson. Hands it off to Ridner off that dive into the middle of the hole. He's going to spin forward for about 3. And he'll be down there, so it's going to make it 2nd and goal. And it's almost as you watch him come out of that backfield, the acceleration is violent. Like it's intentionally difficult for him as he's pushing through that line of scrimmage. He is changing that speed so quickly past you that what you thought was going to work on your timing to tackle him, all of a sudden doesn't compute out. So again, Lalonde's got the ball. He's going to follow Ridner this time off that right side. Stutter step to the left, and he's in. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
That is something he is relatively familiar with this year. Lalonde has run for plenty of them behind Ridner right there. So that is a familiar sight for them. But now you got that lead stretched out to 20-7 right there on an untimely turnover by the Freddies. And it's going to be interesting to see how they respond off of that right there, because you really felt like, yeah, you were down by 7. But if you would have told the Freddies you're staying in that down 14-7 in the first quarter, that's not so bad. But now all of a sudden you're looking at a 2-possession game already.
As Krupp has the ball snap, kick is up, kick is good. Our score here, 21-7. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Instruction Friday Night Lights.
My turn. I'll start there.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after a surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court's residents and staff wish all of the area student athletes the best of luck this season. Country Court is a Levering Management skilled nursing center.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
So 21-7 is our score as Krupp kicks the ball off, and it's high. There you go. Attaboy, Roush. Let that thing sail into the back end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. They'll start 1st and 10. I think they get to 25 in high school. I can't. It might be the 20 still, but I think they have caught up to the college and pro levels. We'll see. Nope, it's still at the 20.
So for the Freddies here, it's how do you respond? You had that offensive possession that actually really took a turn for the bright side there with that completion on 3rd and 11 right there, but then the immediate play afterwards, it was just back downhill. So how do you respond off of that? You're still within a 2-score game, so it's going to be gut check time right here for Sipes and the crew.
So empty backfield for Sipes. 3 left, 2 to the right. Takes the snap. Looks right. He's looking. He's got plenty of time. Excellent protection. Underthrew as the ball got hit, and it's picked off. It's going to be taken up to the 15 as a stiff arm there for Roush, and he pulls him out of bounds. As that was just, it looked like his hand was hit a little bit as he went to throw, but I also see a flag. So it could possibly be a pass interference, which would be a huge break for the Freddies, and they are clapping as if it may be. And you saw it. It was interesting how quickly that defender got in front of the receiver. Mm-hmm. You know, Sipes is, he'll take risks, but he doesn't take stupid risks all the time. And that would have been, if you looked at it normally, it would have been like, well, that made no sense with the way that was set up. But that makes sense now if he adjusted the route himself and got in front of the receiver. So we'll see now as the officials talked it over. It is going to be pass interference on Oak Harbor. Well, I tell you what, you're going to take that, and with the history of relationship you've had with the yellow flag all season long, I think you also take the fact that it's not on you.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
That is one thing that I was more than adamant about mentioning every game, as we were calling it, is the abusive flag play in the KMAC. But up here, only so far 2. So it's going to be 1st and 10, a fresh breathing here for the Freddies. Empty backfield. Sipe takes a snap. He's quick hitter. Davis has it at the 40. He's not able to get out of a tackle, though. And a great job there by the defender of holding on to that leg and wrapping him up when the teammates arrived, as that was Cooper Schultz on the tackle.
But I like the play right there. I like that first read. The first guy you find, he has some space. You're going to be able to gain a couple yards on that right there. I like that. You got to be quick. You got to try and stay ahead of that defense right there. Don't let them get set up and pressure you into making a throw that you don't want to actually make.
So Roush will stay in the backfield with Sipes this time on his right-hand hip as he sends 3 to the left, 1 near side right. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. Roush again. This time he's able to find a crease through the stutter step, but he gets maybe about 2 yards before the WWE tryout by Travis Boyer and the suplex.
Boyer said, you can go ahead and take a seat now, my friend. Yeah, that was quite the throwdown right there. But that was also an encouraging sign a little bit right there, that the fact that Freddie front was able to actually open up a gap right there and give Roush something to do.
So 3rd down, we're going to call it about 2.5. They got to get right about to the 45-yard line for a first. 3 left, 1 to the right. Roush in the backfield on the right-hand side. As Sipe takes a snap, he's going to keep it himself, and he tried to go off that right side, but unfortunately, I believe that is, big number 58 Ridenour was right there to force him back into traffic.
Yeah, that tends to be something he does a little bit this year. He's got 23 quarterback pressures. He's got 5 forced fumbles. He leads the team with 73 tackles, 15 sacks. He had 16 last year and 15 as a sophomore. So
he's a little active. Is that what you're telling me?
Very familiar with the other side of the line.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's used to looking around and seeing a lot of different colored jerseys.
There you go. All right, so they're going to send the punt team out as Butler will be back deep to punt for the Freddies. And Schultz is going to set up to return at about his own 30. Snap is back, kick is up. It's going to be a knuckleball to about the 34 where Schultz takes it. He's going to cut back to the far right side up to the middle, out to about the 42-yard line. He's going to go down right about there. Tell you what, man, that grass from up here looks like it's almost like bed soft.
It does. I don't know if it...
I don't know if it's the lighting on it, but it just looks like it's a very soft surface they're playing on.
Yeah, I don't know how it feels to get tossed down with a WWE suplex on it, but, I mean, I'm not signing up for that.
We'll find out at halftime as Gary takes you down to the field and gives you a couple suplexes.
You'll have a quiet ride home because I won't be there, my friend.
Lalonde is in the shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap. He's looking left. He's got a quick hitter there. He's got his receiver across the 45. He's going to try to get out of the tackle, but a good job there defensively by Davis holding on to his foot and brings him down, but a gain of, again, 8. And like you said, 9 yards of play. It really is difficult to stop an offense that's doing that.
Yeah, it is, and you almost have to plan around that, so you're almost inherently giving up a couple of yards because you're trying to stop them from the explosive plays, but then it just leaves Ridenour enough space to run around and do whatever he wants. So just such a diverse offense in so many ways, so tough to game plan around.
Lalonde, shotgun formation, 2 to the left, turns, hands it off. Ridenour's got it right up the middle, a dive, and he drops the shoulder out across the 45. Davis felt the brunt of it and pulled him down, though, but another first down, and inside of Freddie territory to the 44, right to the line of scrimmage they go. Snap, turn, Ridenour again, right up the middle. He's going to take it, and again he's going to be tripped up, but not before he picks up another 7 yards, and the kid is in a constant forward motion. No wasted motion, and again, right to the line of scrimmage they go. And they're going to get him on the jump start, and that's one they knew, and he was upset with himself. He knew that was coming. He's probably been coached up. I imagine they do that a lot. You get your boom, 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 quick back-to-back plays, then you change the cadence, go on 2. They're expecting everything to be fast-paced, and it does not happen that way.
Yeah, you can see this is a well-coached team. This is a team that expects to be trying to win an Ohio championship this year. So you're seeing a lot of it right here.
And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. So our score, Oak Harbor 21, Fredericktown 7. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
So quickly they go. It's quickly going to be Ridenour again off that right side. He's going to be up across the 30. And he'll go down right about the 29-yard line to get another first. Nope, make it second down.
You can see Oak Harbor there, though, really starting to kind of get into their game a little bit more. They're starting to get that running game established that they have or whatever, but it's just that consistency in which they play with and that speed. It's tough to keep up with.
So, again, same formation, but this time Lullen's going to step forward. He's going to maybe change the play as he looks over to the side. Make sure all his teammates are on the same page. Now he steps back in. Ridenour on his left-hand hip. He's going to send his man in motion from right to left. Takes it this time. He rolls right. He's looking downfield. He's got a receiver there and incomplete as it bounced off his hands and fell out of bounds.
Something you're going to notice tonight, too, is that you don't have nearly as many players for Oak Harbor that are playing both ways. They have a lot of guys on their team that have a specified role that they play. So as this game goes on, the exhaustion level is going to be a lot heavier for that Fredericktown team because you got kids that are trying to cover both sides of the field, and for Oak Harbor, they're not having to deal with that.
So Lalonde, again, shotgun formation. Ridenour on his right-hand hip. Takes a snap, looks. He's going to go. Quick hitter to the right side, and he tried to hook up with Thompson, and it just overshot his hands. Just a bad timing play, and it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they've looked great in a lot of ways so far. I will say, though, Lalonde, for a guy that completes about 80% of his passes, hasn't been quite as crisp tonight as you might expect. There might be, I know it's just the first game for them, but there could be a little bit of those postseason nerves kind of coming in. He is a senior. This is his last go at it, so this does mean a lot to him.
So play call comes in. Now they're going to be shotgun formation. One left, one to the right. Man in motion from right to left. As Lalonde comes set, takes a snap, drops back, pressure's coming. He's looking to set up a screen, and he finally finds it. He's got his tight end on a screen. He gets to the outside. He drops his shoulder out across the 10, down to the 5, and he'll be just shy of that touchdown. I tell you what, I thought they were setting up the screen to Ridenour in the halfback, kind of in the backfield. I didn't even see the tight end, and he just threw that lob pass over top of everybody, and at 5'10", it's amazing he saw him. And they got a huge completion. First and goal. Quick to the line they go. Ridenour's going to get the ball, and Ridenour's going to go right into the house. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
And that is
this is where I think the machine starts turning.
Yeah, it's a familiar place for him right there. And that offense, you can just see they know their roles so well. And for Lalonde right there, you saw the pressure that Fredericktown was able to get on him on the play prior, and he knew he had that outlet. He knew what he had. It's just so impressive to kind of watch a team like this that has it together like that. But, yeah, you can see the machine is just starting to really grind down.
Krupp will come back out and attempt the extra point here as they look to set this lead at 28-7. Kick is up, kick is good, and our score here, Oak Harbor 28, Fredericktown 7. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Education is valuable, and at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, it's affordable too.
Year after year, MVNU continues to be one of the most affordable four-year private schools in Ohio. Because of competitive financial aid awards, students are able to graduate with less debt.
Did you know that MVNU has ranged in the top 5% best college for the money by College Factual for the past 3 years straight?
Schedule a visit today with mvnu.edu/visit and see for yourself.
At MVNU, the future is bright.
Vanell's floor finish.
So we come back, our score here, 28, Oak Harbor 7 for Fredericktown, and you're getting into that dangerous stage of this game where if that score starts to get a little bit more distant, now you'll have all of a sudden to fight a clock that doesn't stop. And everything that Freddie's going to need right now is going to require time to be on their side. So Krupp has the ball teed up as he gets his foot into it. It's going to be a high end over end kick. Roush is going to watch it, take it, and then going to get it about the 4. Going to come out and he's going to stutter step, cut it back to the far side of the field, out across the 15, and he'll get tripped up right about the 17, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10. Again, you're on the field, and so your look and your view of it is a little bit different, but I almost think at some point you have to let those things kind of bounce when you're inside the 5 and see where it goes and see if it's going to go in the end zone. If so, let that touchback come. I know the young man wants to make a big play, wants to be a contributing factor to his team's success. But sometimes you do that by making smart decisions rather than big plays. And I just hopefully that he starts to see that as this game goes on, and he can start helping his team get out there closer in a little bit of better field position. So NP backfield now is going to be 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Sipes going to take the snap. He's looking. He was trying to hook up with his wide receiver there, number 5, as that's Caden Gibson. And it looked like him and one of the other receivers kind of got caught in the traffic, and he was slow to come out of his break, and that ball just sailed incomplete.
Yeah, and Caden Gibson's kind of a good example of really where these teams are kind of at as well. Caden Gibson, 125-pound freshman. That's a young man that's really kind of learning on the fly right here in a pretty intense, pretty high-stakes game. And so it kind of just gives you a reference as to where both of these teams, their aspirations are. For the Freddies, this is a great learning experience. This is a great way for them to kind of get out there and say, okay, these are the levels that we need to get to. What do we need to do to get here?
Well, they also got tagged with a holding.
Ooh. So
that's going to make it 1st and 20. Ball sits all the way back at about the 7-yard line. And it's going to be a man in motion from left to right. That's Davis. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. He's going to cut it back up the middle across the 10. And he'll get back to about the 11-yard line before they take him down. A nice, decent little gain there to make it a little more manageable second down.
Yeah, Davis has looked good so far. He's had some nice energy, some nice pace to a couple of the plays that he's made right there. He had that good 3rd down conversion a few drives ago, and right there had some nice speed kind of cutting through a little bit right there. But, yeah, it's these deep holes that these offensive drives are starting with right here. That's just, it's so hard to dig yourselves out of them.
So they'll be in a shotgun formation again, 3 to the left, 1 far side to the right, as Roush is on the left-hand side. Sipes takes the snap. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to look back, and he's going to have a receiver one-on-one coverage as he was looking, I believe, for Davis, and that is going to be pass interference. I can promise you that right now, as that looked like it was a underthrown ball. Davis came back for it. Cooper Schultz tried to get in there and break it up, and I think he got a little too much jersey on that one.
Yeah, and that's one way to do it, though. Kind of force that defense to make a play to stop that right there, and you get 15 yards out of it.
I think the coaches kind of noticed that it is they play a little bit more man than most high schools do. Most high schools will just kind of rely on a zone just to make sure that they don't get beat too bad. And they liked their matchup out there with Davis. I think is a great matchup with his speed and athleticism, and he was able to win that one. So empty backfield now as he's going to have 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Roush is going to go in motion from right to left. He's going to fake the handoff to him as Sipes. He keeps it himself. He pushes the pile up to maybe about the 30. He'll go down right there and make it 2nd down.
So again, it's tough too because we led this game off talking about ball possession and trying to keep that offense off the field for the Rockets. But now you find yourself down by 21 and in this risk of falling into a pretty deep hole. So how do you approach that as an offense? Obviously, you want to get scores and you want to get them sooner rather than later, but you also don't want to give the opportunity for the Rockets to get the ball right back.
Exactly. Yeah, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's a hard job to coach against. Again, shotgun formation again. Davis one-on-one coverage and just overshot him. As he was trying to hook up with Davis, he was open at about the 35-yard line. Unfortunately, the ball went all the way down to the 32. And fell incomplete, but I like what they're trying to do out there with Schultz and Davis.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah, that matchup right there seems to be something. That's 2 plays, one that was forced into a pass interference, and that one right there where he had the space. He had that gap right there. It was just the ball was thrown a couple yards ahead of him.
So let's see if they try to continue to exploit what they think they found as a kind of weakness in the armor. Shotgun formation as Sipes takes the snap. Again, he rolls that way. Again, he's trying to hit Davis, but Davis had got free behind Schultz. Schultz had lost his footing, but unfortunately the pressure was too much, and Sipes just had to throw the ball away.
Yeah, and that is definitely a weakness that it looks like they have right there. But the other problem is for the Freddies, that's not necessarily their MO. They're not a deep ball team, so trying to get out of your norm is going to take a little bit of time to kind of get used to right there. Sipes isn't used to having to gun the ball down the field all the time like that.
Well, that, and on top of that, you have to have protection. And they've got, like we've said, the defense is going to put pressure. Ridnow, Jacob Ridnow is the one that is on the defensive side that's an absolute menace. But there's a good punt, and that's going to take a huge Fredericktown bounce all the way down inside the 20. And it keeps going all the way down to the 15. And right now, Jim Tressel is excited, as that is a great flipping of the field by that young man on that punt.
Yeah, that was a win on special teams right there. I'll tell you that. That was a flipping that field position. That was great.
Jason Butler with the kick there, and see if the Freddies defense is able to take advantage of that, and then not in an insulting way. It's just this offense for Oak Harbor is absolutely just a machine. And they've got to find some way. Maybe they can get a lucky hand in there. Maybe they can get a tip ball in there. They've got to find an opportunistic play to see if they can't keep the ball out of that hand and get it back to their offense. So shotgun formation as Lalonde takes the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to hand it off. Ridner is going to hit, I think, his own man, which actually was good enough to slow him down, and that was there for the Freddies to tackle him in only a measly gain of 3. He only got 3.
Only 3 yards.
3. Absolutely pathetic.
Wow. Yeah, no, that is going to take that average down pretty badly right there. But, yeah, no, I don't think he even sees what jersey he's running into. He just finds a body and says, you're next.
Yep. He is a violent runner for sure. He's not looking to shy away from contact. So Lalonde, again, shotgun formation. This time he's going to pass. He's got Thompson there on the right side. This time he's able to connect on the little hook route, and that'll be a gain of about 5. And you can tell that's a play that they work on a lot. I mean, there is just a timing and a rhythm to that. Lalonde takes the snap, and he doesn't even really look downfield, more or less, as before that arm's coming up, and he's just going to go to a spot.
Yeah, and he knows that his guy's going to be there, and if he needs to go up with it, he knows his guy's going to kind of high point that ball right there. But that does seem like a routine play for them. They know if they need to get 5 or 6 yards, just get themselves in a workable position, they know they got it with that play right there.
So shotgun formation again as Lalonde has one in the backfield, 2 left, 1 to the right. Now Ridner goes out of the backfield. They're going to hit him in a little swing pass, kind of screen setup. He's going to hit it out across the 25-yard line. He'll push forward maybe to about the 27. That might be enough for a first. We'll see here on the official spot. It is. And that'll be a first down for Oak Harbor.
Yep, that train just keeps rolling right there. That's it's tricky. There's so many facets to that offense. It's just where do you approach trying to slow it down at?
I don't know, man, but you said train and tricky, and my mind just went to Johnny Cash and Run DMC, but that's where I'm at. So it's going to be 1st and 10, shotgun formation. 2 left and 1 to the right. Lalonde takes a snap. He's got his receiver. Oh, an unprecedented play as that young man knew what he had. He knew. Wyatt Osberger knew there was nothing but green pastures to payday.
Yeah.
And he forgot to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
He turned his head upfield. It fell incomplete because he was wide open.
Yeah, I knew how impactful that was. You had a loss for words right there. There was just nothing coming to you right there. You could just kind of tell. That was definitely surprising. Again, for an offense that feels like they have it together so much at the time, that was definitely an uncharacteristic kind of drop right there from them.
So it makes it 2nd down and 10. Man in motion from left to right is going to be Schultz. As Lalonde takes the snap, he's looking. Pressure's coming. He's going to get the screen this time, and a great job by Ridner of maintaining possession, and now he's just off out across the 50, and he gets tripped up on the far side by Davis at the 50-yard line. And what a great job of picking that ball off his shoelaces, and this is what they do to you. As soon as they get that first big play, boom, right to the line of scrimmage they go. Again, shotgun formation, empty backfield now for Lalonde. He's got 3 to the right, 2 to the left, takes a snap, quick hitter out to the far side. He's got it, turns, and he goes out of bounds as that was Thompson on the reception, and Davis pushed him out.
If I had a feeling, I'd say they're going to probably go pretty quick again.
Yeah, the clock stopped if he went out of bounds, I think. Yeah, so you don't have as much, but, yeah, they're right back to the line of scrimmage as Thompson needs to get himself set over there, and he does. Lalonde takes a snap, looks again. Thompson far side left, again, gets the reception. He gets him tackled there out inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line.
And the 9-yard average is making a lot of sense because every play they run, there's 2 guys doing a hook route at the 9-yard mark.
Yes.
And one of them's always open. So it's almost like, if we need to, we'll take 9, but we'd rather have 50.
Settle for 9, I guess.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's all you can give me. That's fine. It's like when my kids ask for a snack and I give them half the bag. Really? I didn't get all of it? Uh-huh. Yep, you didn't get all of it. You only got half of it. My bad.
You ate the other half.
Shh. That doesn't need to be told. Shotgun formation, 2 right, 1 far side left. As Lalonde has Ridner in the backfield, this time he's going to turn, hand it off to him. He's got his seam right up the middle again. And inside the 30, he goes down to the 26-yard line. Gain of about 7.
Well, just kind of keep on moving. It looked like the Freddies kind of had them slow down there for a second, but not now.
Lalonde, quick hitter again on the far side. He's got his man there again, and he goes out of bounds. As the first initial tackler, he kind of shouldered him off, and as he looked down, he forgot there was another defender coming. About took his head off as he took him to the sideline and out of bounds. Yeah, it was an interesting play. It was one of those instant karma moments. Be humble. You got you made the catch, and you knocked me over. Now my teammate's going to knock you over. Lalonde with Redner in the backfield takes it, turns, hands it off. He's going to go off that right side, drops his shoulder, and he'll push forward to about the 18-yard line. And one thing I just saw right there is that head dropped a little bit, and that young man might want to watch that to some degree. You don't want to be spearing your way through the hole, especially at the speed he runs.
Right.
And hopefully that young man doesn't develop a poor habit of getting that head too low, because that could just cause catastrophic injuries to the poor kid. So shotgun formation, one left, two to the right. Second down, as Lalonde sends a man in motion from left to right. Turns, Ridner's going to get it off that right side. He's got a big hole there, and it closes quickly, though. And we got another WWE tryout, this time from the Freddies, as they were able to lift him up and slam him back down to the ground unceremoniously.
Yeah, there was some form of Batista bomb that was just almost thrown in right there, and that was, tit for tat, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. So they're going to slow the pace down as Oak Harbor here, as they look over the sideline for the play call. 28-7 is our score. Remind you to stick around for the UIS Investment Insurance halftime show. So they come set, check on formation. Two left, two to the right. Man in motion from right to left. As Lalonde takes it, he looks. He's got a lob pass in the back of the end zone for Thompson, and he juggles it. And incomplete. Great concentration by the young man, but he just could not pull the ball in.
Yeah, it was looking like it. And that's a comfort zone for him. That's I believe that's the team leader in receptions for them right there in Thompson. So fortunate for the Freddies, he wasn't able to haul that one in right there, but kind of just played a little bit of a jungly game out of the back of the end zone right there.
It'll make it fourth down.
Yeah.
Second time I think we've had a fourth down here in the first half for Oak Harbor.
Which I would be interested, how many times this year have they really faced a situation like that?
Correct. Based off of the stat, you would think not very many. Shotgun formation again, two left, one to the right, man in motion this time from left to right. And now they're going to stop for a minute as Lalonde will look over to the sideline and move up. And they're going to take a timeout, and we will too. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Education is valuable, and at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, it's affordable too.
Year after year, MVNU continues to be one of the most affordable four-year private schools in Ohio. Because of competitive financial aid awards, students are able to graduate with less debt.
Did you know that MVNU has ranged in the top 5% best college for the money by College Factual for the past 3 years straight?
Schedule a visit today with mvnu.edu/visit and see for yourself.
At MVNU, the future is bright.
Fennell's floor.
So out of the timeout, we look at fourth down and 5. Oak Harbor has the ball in the lead, 28-7 here in the second quarter. And about 4:35 to go, and they're going to send out the field goal team as Krupp will line up as he looks to chip it in here from about 32 yards away. The kick is up. And it's good. He's probably got about a good leg for 60 yards. So our score here is 31 Oak Harbor, 7 Fredericktown. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Floor Finishings is veteran owned and operated with over 30 years of industry experience. They provide high quality flooring, offering installation, refinishing, and more, including Murphy beds, handmade Amish woodworking, and gorgeous tile backsplashes. If you enjoy the classic look of hardwood, the versatility of vinyl, or the durability of tile, then come visit our showroom at 810 North Sandusky Street in Mount Vernon, or request a quote today by calling 740-398-5954.
New boyfriend or just friends? LOL or OMG? Call, text, or email. Mom. These days, keeping up with your child can be puzzling. But when it comes to straightening your child's smile, you can rest assured that an orthodontist can solve the puzzle. Only orthodontists have an additional 2 to 3 years of education beyond dental school to become specialists in straightening and aligning teeth. So get it right. See the specialist.
See your local orthodontic specialist, Weigel Orthodontics. Visit weigelorthodontics.com.
So Krupp approaches the ball, gets his foot into it, and this time he's going to send it into the end zone in a touchback. And the Freddies will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So with the Freddies here, you got to look at this hole that you're in right here. You're down by 24, but you do have 4:31 left on the clock. That is more than enough time to drive the ball down the field. Your hope would be you probably don't give the ball back to the Rockets here. You would love to use up all 4:31 of that clock and get 7 points out of this drive if you could. I think that's best case scenario.
Best case, yes. Indeed, but you got to find something positive though on your offense. I mean, you're having positives, but you need a sustained drive. You need to get a little bit more of that momentum. Let yourself know that you can still fight your way back if you claw and nail into it. So Sipes, quick hitter on the far side as he's going to get Davis on a little wide receiver screen, and he was able to break about 2 or 3 tackles. Unfortunately, though, he was moving east to west and went out of bounds and only got a gain of about 2.
I think that's something we kind of talked about tonight, though. It seems like those quick hitters really have been kind of successful for them. I know they didn't get a ton right there, but it seems like trying to get the ball out of your hands as quickly as possible and try and let the guys kind of get downfield a little bit seems to be a method that's working.
So shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 far side right. As Roush is in the backfield, Sipes snaps, rolls to his left. He's looking, pressure's coming, throws the ball, and it's going to go incomplete, and he's going to have himself a roughing the passer, as I believe that was Ridenour there, who came in from a linebacker blitz and got a little too anxious.
Yeah, that mean streak seems to run in the blood right there. Not only does the brother run the ball with it, but he has it as well.
So that is when it's going to be. As that is a roughing the passer 15-yard penalty. That'll be a new first down and keep the drive alive here for the Freddies. And again, they've gotten a lot of good penalties go their way. And a couple pass interferences and play like this, you're getting these extra yards. They got to find the time. They got to find a way to take advantage of these. So they're going to come out, check on formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush on the left-hand side as Sipes looks over the defense, takes the ball, turns, hands it. Roush stutter steps, tries to go up the middle, pops it to the right, and nowhere to go. As he'll get maybe about a yard.
And I think something that really needs to kind of be noted as well is when you look at the Freddies, there's kind of the big 3. You got Sipes, you got Roush, you got Toombs. Well, we haven't called Toombs' name at all tonight. Fact of the matter is, I just see him down here on the sidelines. He's not in the game tonight. That's kind of a big impact player for the Freddies to not have there. That really does kind of affect them. That's one big facet of their offense that's not there.
Indeed. And we'll see how it goes throughout the rest of the season for next year when he comes back. But that is going to be an incomplete pass. He was trying to hook up with Roush, and Roush knows that Roush actually short-armed himself on that pass play. He just needed to be a little more aggressive going after it, so it falls incomplete. And I believe that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
3rd and long is not a position you want to be in if you're the Freddies right here, because you kind of feel like this is a must-get first down to keep this drive going, try and keep Oak Harbor off the field on offense, but got to find a way to convert here. They did it earlier with a nice little out route right there. See if they can do the same thing.
2 left, 2 to the right. Sipes takes the hand snap. He's going to roll right. Pressure's coming, and again, this time he's able to get it away as he's got his receiver beat. Or excuse me, the receiver had the defender beat. And it looked like that was Maul. It was Carter Maul, the 6'3", 155-pound senior, and I think in all honesty he may have gave up on that play. It looked like he slowed down a little bit and then all of a sudden realized the ball was coming.
Yeah, it was almost like he got twisted around back there, and it almost looked like when he twisted the one direction he didn't see the ball there, so he assumed that the play was kind of dead and then turned the other way and said, oh no. And by then it was just too late to kind of catch up to it. But yeah, missed opportunity there.
So that brings up a 4th down as Jason Butler steps back out on the field. And last time he had a beautiful punt. As there's a snap, he gets his right foot into it, and it's going to be it's kind of a high end over end, taking it about the 32. Makes his man miss there, made another man miss there, and finally he gets wrapped up and taken down at the 46-yard line. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for Oak Harbor, as that was Brady Losey on the return.
So Oak Harbor with pretty favorable field position here again, pretty much getting to start at midfield. And for the Freddies, I think part of the key with that offensive drive was try and retain possession and keep Oak Harbor off the field for the rest of the game or the rest of the half. But for them now, with the ability to quick strike like they could, there could very quickly be some points on the board here. So the Freddies got to be careful on defense here. Got to stick to your man.
Is there a flag down? There is a flag down.
Oh.
It's buried on the near sideline here. But it is going to be a hit to the helmet. Yeah, on Fredericktown. And that'll be a gain of 15 at the end of the run, push them all the way down in Fredericktown territory. And not to repeat the obvious, but this is not what you want to give. It's free yards to Oak Harbor.
No, they're good enough at generating them on their own. They really don't need any assistance in that department.
So shotgun formation. Londe's got 3 left, 1 to the near side right in the form of Thompson. Takes a snap, looks, he's got it on the left side. He catches his tight end there right across the middle, and he made 2 men miss, makes a 3rd man miss, did not get the 4th man to miss. Yes, that was a good job there defensively to get low and take his legs out from underneath him as Dalton Lang came up on that tackle. So look quickly they go, line of scrimmage. He's going to hand it off to Rinder, and he's going to go right off that right side inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
Yeah, looked like there was 2 or 3 instances right there where he might have gone down, but instead he just keeps those legs churning and didn't take long right there. I think there was 3 minutes and 21 seconds when that drive started, so we lost 12 of them, but 6 points go on the board right there. So what a burst right there from Oak Harbor. Show them what they can do on offense.
So that puts the score 37-7 as they come out and line up for the extra point here, and this is kind of what you feared. If the machine started rolling, it was going to be hard to stop it. As the kick is up, kick is good. So our score here, Oak Harbor 38, Fredericktown 7. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Hey, I think I might.
So we come back with 3:09 to go here in the first half. Our score, Oak Harbor 38, Fredericktown 31. As they get lined up here to kick the ball off again. And it's one of those things where you don't want to take away the effort, because Fredericktown's putting an effort in here. They really are. Even with the score the way it is, you watch the game, you know the effort's there. It's just unfortunate for these kids that in this situation you have to come all the way up here for this kind of a buzzsaw. But Davis on the return there cuts it out across the 25, and he'll get up to the 27. A better return this time for the Freddies, as they'll have 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, I love a lot of what I'm seeing about Davis tonight. Man, he's got a spring in his step right there. He hopped right up right after that run. It was a nice run to kind of get out into the field a little bit right there. But he's bringing an energy tonight to this team. And Sipes can't do it all on his own as far as the energy goes and the motivation factor. Especially when you're down 31 points, you're going to have to find it and generate it other places. And he's been a bright spot for them tonight.
So 1st and 10, shotgun formation. Roush in the backfield. Sipes takes it, turns, quick hitter on a little counter action play, as they handed the ball off there to Dalton Lang, and he was not able to get much room, as, again, on the tackle there was Jacob Ridner.
Yeah, he's a lot of places. Yeah, he's all over the place, but there just hasn't been a ton of space up front tonight. You knew there really wasn't going to be. Obviously, you have to get some plays in there to try and soften it up when and where you can, but there's just not a lot of room to move right there right now. You got to try and get out wide when you can.
So shotgun formation, trips to the far side right. Man in motion from right to left is Davis as he goes back now. It's going to be a little pitch play to Roush off that right side. He's able to cut it up. Made a man miss out across the 30, and he'll get wrapped up and taken down at about the 35-yard line, I think is where they're going to say he came down. Make it a 3rd down and about 2. Nice little run there for Roush.
Yeah, some positive momentum for them right there for sure. Nice play. He had a nice vision right there to kind of see that gap and kind of get some extra yardage where he could. And nice little pickup right there for Roush.
So out of the huddle they come, shotgun formation, 2 right, to the near side left. Roush in the backfield as Sipes takes a snap. Pressure's coming. He's going to have to look. He's trying to look for Roush. And a great job there defensively this time at linebacker, Carson Ridner, the one we're seeing all day long on the offensive side, showing his defensive prowess and knocking that down.
And now for the Freddies, you find yourself in that 4th and 3, and decision you make right there. But it was just tough. That offense, they just can't get anything going, and it feels like, yeah, it's a buzzsaw on the offensive side, but that defense, once they get going too, they're so stout. They're so good at covering all the different aspects that there's not very many gaps that they leave open.
So Butler will come back out to do the kicking duties. And Brady Losi is going to be back. Oh, nope, that's going to be Schultz back deep, and he's going to make a fair catch at the 30-yard line. And that is where Oak Harbor will start, 1st and 10. Oh, that was Alonde back there on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Jack of all trades, I guess.
Well, I want to say, in all honesty, I think every punt there's been a different set of guys back there to return it.
Yeah.
Because it was number 11 and 4 on the last punt, which is Schultz. And the punt before that was somebody completely different. So, as you mentioned, depth on this team is it's almost obscene.
Yeah.
Especially for a Division V school. Shotgun formation. Lalonde steps back. He's going to step right into it over the middle, and there's Thompson, and he's got it out across the 40, And if he didn't lose balance, he was probably to the house, as he had about a step and a half on Davis. And that was also, the 40 of Fredericktown, and quickly line of scrimmage they go. This time it's going to be an empty backfield for Lalonde. He's going to have 4 to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to hit Thompson on a little hook route. He made a man miss as Davis bought, and then it's a foot race down the sideline. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
Tell you what, they embody what a rocket is right there, Lalonde does, man. That arm, when he can get it going. That was 2 missiles right there. And that was a quick 6 points on the board.
And they don't give you room to think.
No.
You gave up one big play. I'm coming right back at you, and I'm going to take advantage of it again. So that's going to push the score to 44-7. As they will line up here for the extra point. Group will come set. The ball snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. So our score here, Oak Harbor 45, Fredericktown 7. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Instruction Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
We come back with 1:27 to go here in the first half. Our score, Oak Harbor 45, Fredericktown 7. And while we were away, there was a penalty on Fredericktown. A little post-play conversation was had that the officials did not like, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Krupp's going to set up at his 45-yard line. And unless you're expecting him to kick it onside, you might as well just go ahead and just realize that ball is going to land. Probably, it might land on the other side of the fence. There's no return here. Unless he decides to squib kick it, you're not returning this. And he's going to squib kick it, but it's still going to not get. It's still going to fall in the end zone for a touchback, which is what the Freddies need anyways, and they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
For the Freddies, you got 1:27 left on the clock here in the first quarter that you probably are ready to be over with. You'd probably be ready to head to the locker room and try and kind of regain a little bit right here. But you got to try and find some sort of positive going to the locker room with. Yeah, you started off relatively strong. You answered back to that first rocket score pretty quickly, but since then, the field has just tilted further and further against you. So you got to try and find some sort of positive to go into halftime with right here.
So it's going to be shotgun formation, trips to the far side right. As Roush is in the backfield, Sipes takes it, turns, hands it off. Roush is going to make a man miss. He's going to try to get to the outside, and again, the pursuit is just too much as he is wrapped up and taken down by Travis Boyer. And a loss of a yard.
Yeah, and you can see some trash talking going on down there right now. Boyer had something to say when he made that hit right there.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't really know how much trash talking you can do. This is kind of a one-sided game on the scoreboard, so you're really limited on what you can say if you're on the one team, but if you're in the green, you should be used to this and you shouldn't have much to say anyway. So that's going to be a handoff to Roush. He's going to go right up the middle. He'll get maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 3rd down, and you got to be slow here a little bit. Clock's running. You got to get one more play off for sure, but make sure you don't do anything to give them 10 seconds, because something tells me if they had 10 seconds, they'd still find a way to score.
Yeah, 10 seconds is too much. They scored in 12 earlier.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to avoid that number, yeah.
Shotgun formation. He's got too many men on the field. False start. And the false start's going to be on Davis. Nope, not on Davis. Excuse me. It's going to be on Carter Mole. So that's going to move him back.
Ultimately doesn't really do a ton here. Your goal still is just to get this clock burnt out and get into halftime.
Well, actually, it actually helps you because the play clock should reset. You're down to 15 seconds. And technically, you don't really need to snap the ball, but I think Sipes doesn't care about that idea. He's going to snap it anyways, keeps it himself. He's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to count up the middle. What is he doing?
Oh, no.
He's going to try to come all the way back. This is a man trying to make something happen. This is all this is, and he's going to have a penalty all the way back there at the 5-yard line. I appreciate his effort on that one, but you end up possibly hurting yourself. You could have got tackled in the end zone, but we got a penalty on the field now. depending on who that is, that may or may not be the end of the first half. Let's see what we decide to come up here with as the officials are talking it over. Keeping the team. All right, so it's going to be on Fredericktown. The penalty is declined, so that's going to be the end of the first half. And our score here is Oak Harbor 45, Fredericktown 7. Remind you to stick around for the halftime UIS Investment Insurance halftime show as you're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
What? How do you know?
I took a pregnancy test the other night. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm ready to be a mom.
It's totally okay. I heard there's this place called Starting Point. They have free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and counseling. They have resources available for girls on a tight budget. You have more choices than you think.
Really? I don't know. If my parents find out, they'll kill me.
Don't worry, girl. Everything is confidential and judgment-free.
How do I make an appointment?
Just visit knoxstartingpoint.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Your family, the car that you bought when you were 18, the house you turned into a home. UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. As an independent insurance agency, UIS Insurance and Investments is able to design a custom policy that's unique to you and assures that all things you love are safe and sound. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
And I talked to him that Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, our introduction of Andrew Hollenbach, led by Joe Commander PT and President Al Kraus, we currently present the Fredericktown High School Marching Band. Our opening charge is a rock anthem that has come to epitomize the Northern drama of competition. Recorded by the band Survivor in 1982 for the movie Rocky 3. Here's Eye of the Tiger.
These are the things the straws that are falling on the camel's back.
This section is featuring a fast-paced volume by the American punk rock band Green Day. Here's our edition of Holiday.
No, I haven't seen Kevin now. Because he was supposed to come over and look at that roof. Because I gotta get that roof sealed up over there this week. Which one? The one over top of Collins Street. Photos took that. Yeah, but I got him, but he went and looked at it, and they said, hey, those guys over good, and he left, and then he got back on. He recoded that, decided that on the inside, there's some pieces of the breakers, and hit the roof, and reinforced that again. It's kind of where it went through the wrap, or whatever, if they're deteriorating the roof, the water there, scabby.
Our final selection is coming from up in the state marching band standard. Get ready for Shout It Out!
Scared those kids apart.
So he's still alive anyway.
The Fredericktown marching band will thank the Oak Harbor Rocket for their kind hospitality and wishes the best of luck to march the marching band season.
UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it the most. They're a full-service, independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing the best coverage and service possible. UIS Insurance and Investments supports area schools and communities with local offices in Northwest and Central Ohio and Southeast Michigan. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. That's uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
I'm not calling to see about doing the service, but put the lights on it.
It looks really nice.
Yeah.
Good time of year.
They come out and put bulbs in for free if they go out and come in. I had to come out and add this section to it, the new part, so that was up. So I had good costumes.
So the seniors right now are 5th graders.
We hope he's having a baby guy. Next up, tonight, tonight's junior fabulous racers appear against head race Madison Way. This number is shown the energy choreography color ball. Here is Uptown Funk.
Got CPS, sign on the wall.
I know. You're like a long-term relationship.
They don't have like.
Yeah. I thought, look, I'm talking to this one, like,
Before we'd like to give a big shout out to the Fredericktown High School marching band team. Congratulations. Now we invite your High School marching band senior class to center field. Tonight, we feature these 15 seniors. Our trumpet, Inner Ranger Aaron Henson, and Madison Whitman, as we perform on I-92 on surfing and hip-hop. Here is number 30.
Yeah, that is what he said. I feel right. We know it's yeah. And he come over there. Halloween come last night.
Home has never meant more. It's not just a place, it's where life happens. Protect yours from the inside out with a home insurance policy from Frankenmuth Insurance. Are you ready to get frank about your insurance needs? Start a conversation with the experts at UIS Insurance and Investments and see if a homeowner's policy from Frankenmuth Insurance is right for you. Get started at UISprotect.com. That's UISprotect.com. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree entirely online, anywhere, anytime. Our bachelor's and master's programs are designed to help you balance your education with work, family, and other priorities. Here at MVNU Online, we craft our faith-based programs specifically for your success. Learn more at mvnu.edu or call us today at 1-800-839-2355. Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
Benell's Floor Finishings is veteran-owned and operated with over 30 years of industry experience. They provide high-quality flooring, offering installation, refinishing, and more, including Murphy beds, handmade Amish woodworking, and gorgeous tile backsplashes. If you enjoy the classic look of hardwood, the versatility of vinyl, or the durability of tile, then come visit our showroom at 810 North Sandusky Street in Mount Vernon, or request a quote today by calling 740-398-5954.
New boyfriend or just friends? LOL or OMG? Call, text, or email. Mom. These days, keeping up with your child can be puzzling. But when it comes to straightening your child's smile, you can rest assured that an orthodontist can solve the puzzle. Only orthodontists have an additional 2 to 3 years of education beyond dental school to become specialists in straightening and aligning teeth. So get it right. See the specialist.
See your local orthodontic specialist, Weigel Orthodontics. Visit weigelorthodontics.com.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
I just found out my daughter is pregnant and I don't know what to do.
Wow, how'd you find out?
I found the pregnancy test in the trash and heard her on the phone talking about abortion. I know it's her decision, but this is big. I want to help.
What about Starting Point, Pregnancy and Family Resource Center?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
They have pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and accurate information on all her options. They're always non-judgmental and it's free.
Wow, where do I get more info?
Google Knox Starting Point. They're right behind the hospital in Mount Vernon.
Thanks. I didn't know where to turn. I'll start there.
And as we come out of the UIS investment insurance halftime show, we get ready here for the second half of our game. That is unfortunately not going the way the Freddies had hoped, as they have just really kind of ran into a buzzsaw of Oak Harbor, as our score is 45-7. And we talked a lot about it, Austin, and the pregame show, that, you know, this Oak Harbor team has been on a roll for seasons, not just a season, but multiple seasons. They are a very dominant team. We saw it with Archibald. There's just a different style, different level of football that's played up north in Ohio versus central Ohio versus southern Ohio, and just the way the game develops, and then the style of the games are played down there. And so when you have a regional playoff game like this, where you are pulling from such a far distance, the contrast in style, the contrast in talent, the contrast in different levels is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's two teams that feel like, while they are in the same division, technically in the same league kind of thing, it just doesn't really feel like it a little bit, because you're watching a very fully rounded Oak Harbor team, a team that seems like it's playing a different level. All three phases of that team is very well coached, and not that Fredericktown isn't, but it's just a different level of football up here that you have to get used to.
So they will get set as Fredericktown will kick off. End over end kick taken at the 20-yard line. It's going to be cut up to the 30, across the 35. He made another man miss and then gets pushed out of bounds. Looks like I'm going to say right around the 48-yard line. Another great starting field position here for the Rockets.
Yeah, it seems like that has been a theme tonight for the most part. They've really been, aside from a few punts that have been pretty solid from the Freddies, it seems like field position for the Rockets has really been in their favor most of the night. And for an offense that already is pretty talented, you really don't need that extra head start.
So they come set, shotgun formation, man in motion from right to left. As Reidner's in the backfield, gets the handoff, and there he goes right across the 50. Tried to dive his way out of the arm tackle, and he'll get about an extra 2 yards there, and it's going to bring up a second down and about 5.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of Supermaned it a little bit right there, got the extra 2 yards out of it.
So we were talking some of the nice young gentlemen here from Oak Harbor, and I'd like to apologize. It is Michael Lalonde, the quarterback for Oak Harbor, not Lalonde, so he apparently is not French. Shotgun formation as he got a man in motion from right to left. Reidner's in the backfield as he's going to take, he's going to hit, and he's looking downfield, one-on-one coverage, and that was Thompson on the far sideline, and he just missed it on the outstretched hands. And boy, that was Dalton laying on the coverage, and I'll tell you what, Thompson, man, he is another kid with just absolute speed once he decides to go.
Did you notice that? Man, he turned on the jets right there. He was flying down the field. He almost made that catch. It was a hair out in front of him, but what a run by him right there.
You know, and the other thing is you talk about the difference a little bit in these two schools is, you know, Oak Harbor's a D5 school, but they live in more like what Fredericktown would consider a Mount Vernon-sized community because there's so many small schools and towns right on top of each other. So it's a bit different in that aspect, too. So they have a little bit more of the resources available to them than you do, say, in Fredericktown, where you're a little more spread out, a little more rural and country in that style of you got to travel a little bit further, so the kids don't always have those opportunities where when you're in Oak Harbor, it's 10 minutes down the road and you can get specialized training. You can get to a weight room. You can get to this. You can get to that. Where in Fredericktown, that's not the case. And so that's why you see that difference of football as you come further and further north. Why they're Division 5, they're not rural Division 5. They're urban Division 5. And Ridnour again gets the ball. He's going to go across the 40 up to the 42-yard line and a gain of about 4 on that play.
Yeah, it's an urban Division 5, and again, like you're saying, there's multiple schools on top of each other. So not only are they, getting the best training that they can be getting around them, but so are the other schools. So it's so many competitive schools all in the same area. So you're going through this rigorous regular season where you're playing against such high competition that you get into the playoffs and you're already pretty prepped for some high-level football because you've been playing against it all season. You train against it in the off-season. These kids all know each other, obviously, just because of how close they are in proximity to each other.
Yeah, talent breeds talent is the thought process on that. And when you have that in the rivalry that comes with it, and you want to be the best and better than the guy next door because he literally, you see him when you're out and about during the day. He's a 5-minute ride down the road, but he's a completely different school. And so you have that, just a different mentality. And that's one of the things that I just find it odd when we've decided to expand this playoff presence is we have now expanded this level where you're pushing teams into areas that they aren't normally experiencing, and that's what this football is. It's just a different style of football than what we see down there. We don't see the running and pass attack like we do up here. It's going to be Reidner again, right up the middle. Again, he's going to get about 8 or 9 yards on that before he's tripped up. So, it was good to talk to the young men at halftime and just be able to have that conversation and let them understand that it's not that Fredericktown can't play this game. It's just Fredericktown plays a different style of this game. And so when you're used to being able to go play a football game where you can run the ball, control the clock, and it ends up being 21-14 or 17-14, that's a different style. Oak Harbor comes out here and says, how many plays can I run and how often can I score off these plays? It's just a different mentality. So they're not looking to grind you out. They're looking to wear you out, if that makes sense, by repetition. So again, Reidner has got the ball. He's going to go right up the middle, and this time the defense is able to close that gap quickly as a whole host of the Freddies are right there, and he only got a gain of about 2.
Yeah, and it's a perfect point that you bring up because, again, it's a different level of football as far as how it's played. And so for the Freddies, this is a matchup that really does not favor them really in any way because one of the strong suits of this Oak Harbor team is exactly what the Freddies play into on offense. So they're just having to get used to playing a totally different style. And this is not, familiar football to them.
It's going to be, again, second down and about 9 as he turns, hands it off. Reidner is going to get it again. He'll get out across the 20. Goes down about the 18-yard line, another gain of about 2 or 3. And so now you're starting to see a little bit of wear and tear on him maybe. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be getting that push from the line that he was getting when they originally started this, and he was hitting 5 to 8 yards on those carries.
Yeah, and interesting to see, too, because as strong of a first-quarter team as this team is, they actually technically have a little bit better of a spread in the third quarter. So they generally come out just as strong now as they do when the game starts. So would be a little bit surprising, but I think the Freddies have done a pretty good job tonight. That physical front up there has done a good job of, I think, trying to put the body on them as much as they can.
So Lalonde gets a snap. Now he's going to look to pass. He's going to look over the middle, and again – he had a receiver, and again, it was Wyatt Augsburger who just couldn't haul it in, and he was open. The ball was right there on his hands. And the young man just could not bring it in, and I know that's going to frustrate him. And, it's interesting to see also is that Oak Harbor, with their ranking, they're going to get an opportunity to play another home game next week in this playoff series unless, Fredericktown finds a way to come back in this game, which there are crazier things that could happen. I just don't think it's going to happen tonight. And then you got a penalty right there. It's going to be a face mask on Fredericktown, so that'll push the ball all the way down inside the 10, make it 1st and goal, and those are the things that you cannot afford to give freely to Oak Harbor.
No, not at all. No, again, you've seen with this offense. This is a team that's prepped to make a run. They won 2 games in the playoffs last year. They're looking to do it again.
So again, quick turn, handoff. This time they got a new running back in there. That is Nickel on the carry, the 5'10", 180-pound junior. And he'll knock the pile forward to about the 5-yard line and quickly back to the line of scrimmage they go. Alon turns, takes the handoff again. It's going to be Nickel again, and this time he is in. Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
Yeah, and the depth with this team is something that you've seen it all night, but it's going to be interesting in the second half too to kind of see, because Nickel's a name you didn't say one time in the first half when they scored 45 points. So just the depth is really going to show, I think, in this second half with just how many options they have, because it seems to be a real suitable running back, and he's a junior. So obviously plenty of experience, but got another year under his belt coming up.
So again, they'll line up. Extra point as Krupp will do the kicking duties for the Rockets. Ball snap, kick is up, kick is good. So our score here is 52 Oak Harbor, 7 Fredericktown. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court's residents and staff wish all of the area student athletes the best of luck this season. Country Court is a Levering Management Skilled Nursing Center.
So as we come back to action here, again, our score, Oak Harbor 52, Fredericktown 7. The Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights is, it has not been a lack of effort from the Freddies. It's just been a buzzsaw from the Rockets that has got us to where we are today. So Krupp has the ball lined up, teed up at the 40-yard line on the near hash mark, as Roush and Davis are back deep, setting up at about their own 5-yard line. And this ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 for the Freddies at the 20.
You mentioned it at halftime when we were walking and talking a little bit right there, but maybe I haven't done enough research to find out, but Krupp might be one of those players that's getting some sort of look at the next level. I mean, his leg is phenomenal. I think he's got a legitimate chance to kind of go on.
Kicks like a mule.
Yeah.
Ray Finkel? Einhorn is Finkel? I don't know either way, but yeah, I mean, the kid just, we've been watching, and you can see it in the video on the extra point. I mean, the ball leaves the screen on the vertical side, not on the horizontal. So he's getting a lot of air and a lot of distance. So Sipe will come out 2 left, 2 to the right as Roush is in the backfield with him. A high snap. He bobbles it. He's going to keep it himself. He was trying to hand it off, and it was just a broken play. And he gets hauled down in the backfield for a loss of about 2 yards.
A little bit opposite of earlier, similar play like that. It wasn't a high snap earlier, but he was able to actually hang on right there and avoid the disaster of fumbling that. So, there's bright spots there at least. He was able to hang on and minimize the damage that was there. But how did the Freddies kind of respond with the hole that you're in right here, and you know that your season's, more likely than not coming to an end? How do you want to play the last 15 minutes this season?
Roush gets the handoff. He's going to bounce it off that left side. He found a crease this time. He's able to get it out in the corner up to the 25 before he's driven out of bounds, right around the 28-yard line. Nice gain of about 15 there, but it's still going to be shy of that marker and bring up a 3rd and 4.
You've seen the fight from the Freddies, though, all night. Like, you've seen the players. They have been fully invested in this game, even with the score being what it is. It's been cool to watch where the heart is at with this team, and obviously it shows in the coaching right there as to how they've been impacting these players. But the Freddies have not had 1 ounce of quitting them all night.
No, they have not. They've been battling tooth and nail, and they've had some great plays, too, that have come from it. So, again, snap, Roush turns, gets the handoff. He's going to go right up the middle to the 30. He'll push forward to about the 32-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. And those are the things you work on as a coaching staff. Still get some good tape. Still make sure you give these kids opportunities to find ways to get things done and have positives at the end of the year here. A lot of these seniors, they don't get to do this anymore, and that's going to be Roush. This is his last year, probably last game, and Kirshner along with Snow and a lot of these other kids, and it's just now's the time you get them that opportunity to get a little bit of that playing time and hope that they can find a little bit of success and some positive light at the end of the season. So Roush turns, gets the handoff. He's going to hit the hole. He's going to try to spin out of a tackle. And unfortunately, the defender for the Rockets was willing to play dancing partner for him, and he was able to wrap him up and take him down and gain about 2.
Yeah, minimal gain right there. But like you said, yeah, it's for the seniors. You know, how do you want to go out? How do you want to – what's the last mark that you want to make on this Fredericktown football team, you know, as your career's kind of coming to an end here? And, you know, I think all of them want to end on a high note when and where they can. And, you know, it's just playing with that heart's going to give them the best chance of that.
Shotgun formation, trips to the right, as it's going to be a quick hitter to Davis. Davis will get it out across the 30. Stutter steps out to the 40, and then he'll fall forward to about the 43-yard line. And Davis, again, I tell you what, is having himself a very positive game all night long on both sides of the ball, and that is something that the coaches love to see from that junior. He's finally starting to see a lot of it click. You could tell some of it's clicking for him because he's making plays that he's anticipating, and you see him anticipating it, and it's fun to watch because we've seen him a couple different times struggle in those situations, and now he's able to capitalize it and have the benefits of learning from them. So shotgun formation again, 2 left as he turns, hands it off. Roush will get it right up the middle, stutter step out across the 45, and this time he's able to fall forward up to almost the 50. And a nice run there on first down for the Freddies, as that was a gain of about 7.
And you're seeing from the Freddies right here, you're seeing some success on this offense. You're starting to see some positive momentum going in. You do have some backups in for Oak Harbor a little bit right here. But for the Freddies, it's still a positive momentum that you're kind of getting right here.
Shotgun formation, 2 to the left. As Roush is in the backfield, he gets the handoff. He goes left. He's got a crease there up to the 45, down across the 45 to the 42. And he goes down there, and it's going to be the 44. And another first down for the Freddies.
Not a ton of opportunities tonight, really, in enemy territory for the Freddies. So this is a breath of fresh air for them.
It's a breath of fresh air, but unfortunately, it's also 27 seconds left in the quarter. And that's just the burden of this deficit in the running clock is you're having this success, which is Freddie kind of success, running the ball in a sustained drive, but you need those quick hitters, and you just can't get them. So there's Roush on the handoff. He gets it out across the 40 down inside the 36, 37-yard line is what they'll say he goes down, so another gain of 7. And that is going to be the last play here of the third quarter, as our score is going to be Oak Harbor 52, Fredericktown 7. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Vita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
So welcome back to the fourth and final quarter here, as Oak Harbor is in command 52-7 over the Fredericktown Freddies. Come out in the shotgun formation. It's going to have 2 split left as Roush is in the backfield. Sipes takes the handoff, turns, hands it to Roush out across the 35, and he'll fall forward to about the 32-yard line. I think that's going to be enough for a first down, and it is.
Yeah, I think you said it right before we went to the break right there, too, though. This is exactly what Freddie football is. When you were talking to those young men and we were at halftime, this is an example of what Freddie football really is. It's not this air raid, attack through the air and do everything you can there. It's keep it on the ground. It's ground and pound. It's this physical, tough game of just running, and it's those 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
So Johnny Ashcraft is checked in as quarterback for the Freddies, as we got wholesale changes all across the line. Turns, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, makes a man miss, and then he gets wrapped up from back behind, but not before he gets a nice gain of about 3 to bring up a second down.
I can tell you what, for Ashcraft right here, the fact that it's 52-7 doesn't mean a darn thing to him.
Nope.
He's going to come out here right now. He's a freshman. He's got the opportunity to play off football, try and make an impact right here, and I bet he's going to play his tail off.
They come out of the huddle again, shotgun formation. As that is Ebersol in the backfield with him. Turns, he gets the handoff. He goes off that right side. A stutter step up to the 25. We just shy of the 25. They're saying he goes down to the 28. And gain of about 2 on that one. I'll tell you what, the arch of this field, and again, it could be because I'm old, so Gary will correct me if I'm wrong. When you look at the angle of the field, the markers along the sideline out to the field almost look like they shift over 5 yards on you without letting you know they've shifted over. I don't know. Maybe it's an optical illusion of the shadows on the window here, but you look out there, you think you're at the 30, and then you look back and you're like, oh, actually, that's only the 25. But anyways, that's enough of my complaining. It's going to be a handoff to Abersol off that right side, and again, he'll go up to about the 25, and he'll go down there, nice gain on that run of about 5 to bring up a 4th down and 2.
Yeah, I know Gary doesn't have a voice in this matter, but I guess, do. I don't see that at all.
Ah,
so I don't know if
that's why I chose Gary, because he didn't have the voice in the matter. Thanks for ruining that, Austin.
Well, I mean, Gary, he doesn't have the opportunity to speak for himself very often, so I try to stand up for him where I can, although he makes me feel old at times, which that's frustrating. I don't feel like that's fair.
So it'll be 4th down and 2 as Ashcraft takes the handoff. Pressure comes quickly. He tries to spin out of it. He keeps his legs churning, but unfortunately the effort is not going to be enough. And that'll be a turnover on downs by the Freddies and gives the ball to Oak Harbor here with 9:23 to go in the ball game.
And as we've seen, kind of wholesale changes in pretty much every personnel out there, kind of going with the younger, underclassmen. It'll be interesting to see here who Oak Harbor trots out.
So they will have a 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. As they get ready to come off the sideline, up to the ball and immediately to the line of scrimmage. Looks like checking in at quarterback will be number 12. That is going to be Braden Porath. As he takes the snap, turns, hands it off. It's going to be a dive right up that middle. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to keep pushing that pile, spins even out of that tackle, and finally is wrapped down and goes down as that is Micah Miller, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. Just reload.
Yeah, I was going to say, looks like he took a note out of the Ridner book right there, man. You just take that first hit, you bounce off it, and keep rolling.
And you got to remember, they play these games like this normally. This is an abnormal situation to them, and they still average 9 yards a play. So that means the second squad still averages a lot of yards per play. That's how deep this team keeps coming at you, and that's what's the difficult part here. As he's going to turn, he's going to hand it off, and I believe this is a different running back that's going to power his way down inside the 49 to the 50-yard line. That should be enough for a 1st down. And now, is that Nickel that came back in the game there? There's number 25 on that carry.
Looks like that's Gascala.
And that's Gascala, so that's the 4th running back we've now seen. All of them hitting you for 9 yards a carry. And that's just what we're talking about, that depth and a different style of football. It's just, when you have an urban Division 5, as you said, that's a good way to say it. It just is you have a different level of competition. So even though you don't have as many kids, the talent's just a little bit more condensed, I guess is the word. So this time it's going to be a handoff, as that was Micah Miller who checked back in the ball game. And he got about a measly 8 yards on his 1st down run.
Yeah, bringing the average down a little bit right there, which Ridner might, make comment of that. So what are you doing, man? We're so close to 10.
Let's go.
Can't be getting 8.
Those are rookie numbers. I'm going to need you to pick that up.
He's like, I am a rookie.
Oh, well, that's fine. You're a sophomore. You're no longer a rookie. So shotgun formation. As he's going to take a snap, turn, hand it off. It's going to be a dive right up the middle. Hits the pile, bounces back, tries to change angles, and he'll finally go down. As that was Gascala on the run there, but another 1st down. And it's funny, you watched him run right into the back of his own lineman. He didn't fall down. He just kind of stepped back, said, almost like a cartoon moment where you shake your head real fast and then you start going forward again. It's just, the coaching is for these kids, you can see, has been drilled in them from the younger age, because the techniques that they use aren't ones that you can just pick up quickly. No. The way they stutter step at the line of scrimmage, different things they do in those natures, those are things you've been working on for 4 or 5 years, and now you're starting to see them come into fruition once you hit the high school level. So it's going to be a dive off the right-hand side for the Rockets, and I believe that was Miller back in on the carry there. And he gained about 5.5, 6 yards.
It seems like I have a nice little duo right there. I know it's the backup squad, but again, you kind of mentioned this too. This is a squad that has seen the field quite a bit this year. This is not foreign for them. The 4th quarter has probably been their quarter for the majority of the season. And so this is not first-time reps for any of these guys. They're all pretty familiar with this play.
I just got a feeling that a lot of the second string players in this conference up here would be stats leaders in the KMAC, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, the number of points, the number of yards, everything is just elevated to a higher level because the game is played so fast. It's how many plays can I get off in this 4 quarters? I don't care what they are. I don't care the results of them. I want to have just play after play after play after play after play after play.
Yeah.
And you say you're going to have success through volume. We just overwhelm you with how many plays we throw at you. For Fredericktown, KMAC's like, if I can run half the quarter off with one series, that's how we're going to win this game. And that's the difference. That's what you see here is difference as Miller checks back in. Stutter steps out across that left-hand side inside the 25 down to the 20. And he'll go down right there. So as you compare and contrast those things, and that was one of the things that I just didn't understand when the OHSAA decided to expand this playoff format. We all know why they expanded it, ching, but they won't say that. And so you get these situations where you have a Fredericktown that has to travel up here to play Archibald, has to travel up here to play Oak Harbor, and you say, oh yeah, we're all D5. It's just different. It's just different, man. An F-150 and a 1500 Ram are just different. They're both trucks, but they're different kind of trucks, and that's what this is. And that's what just frustrates me when you have these long distance travels and you have to come up here and play a team that's in a style that just doesn't match.
Yeah. I mean, because again, with the KMAC, something like so. In a normal season with the KMAC, you see the East Knox Bulldogs go up by 3 touchdowns. You go, oh, it's over. That defense ain't letting up. That defense is going to grind you down, and it's over. Up here, you go down by 3 touchdowns, middle of the second quarter, you go, that's no problem. We can get back into this thing. We can probably, get one of these 2 knocked off before halftime.
Might even be up on you by 2 by the time you turn around like that. It's just a different style of play. And this is, I didn't grow up over here on the west side of the northern Ohio. I was over, of course, on the east side in Kent. But similar, you just had a different style. And so I was used to seeing one style of football growing up, and then I moved down towards Central Ohio and readjusted to what it is. Now, I like Central Ohio because I'm a little bit older and an old school style of the ground and pound, the more
it's very nostalgic
look to it. This is a more modern age football game where they play like Granville's do down by us, and they play like the Licking Heights, and they play that kind of style of football. But they have a higher level of talent where Granville's D2. You see what I mean? It's just more condensed talent up here. That, I guess, is the best way to say that. It's not spread out and dispersed across the whole county. It's just a lot of it.
Right. For the Freddies this year, and I didn't get a great bit of exposure with Northmore, but for the Freddies, the closest thing they might have been able to see that had an air attack like that would have been Northmore. Northmore seemed to air the ball out a little bit this year, which was very abnormal for a KMAC team, but for the Freddies, it's the lack of exposure. You don't see this. Even in your off season or in your preseason before KMAC season starts, you're not facing this. You're you think about the teams that the Freddies played in the preseason or in the before the conference season started, they went and played against Northridge. Yep. We're playing against these teams that are, again, ground and pound.
Yep. So quick handoff there as he's going to go off the right side, as that is a new running back, I believe. Yes, it is. That is Braxton Witt, the 5'10", 140-pound sophomore who gets the carry, gets the ball down inside the 5, and will bring up a 1st and goal with 2:10 to go here in the ball game. And, it's great, though, because you get to see Fredericktown. They traveled. They traveled up to Archibald last year. They travel up here, so they get the experience, and you get to have your family come with you and see these games. But you just hate that they have to be put in these positions where you just know it's harder to have success. It's not that they couldn't win. The KMAC can't win in these situations when they come up here. It's just a harder time to have that kind of success from it. And so you'll get the Boise State Fiesta Bowl once in a while out of this from the KMAC traveling up north here to like this, but for the most part it's just going to be when you have to go watch a bowl game and the Sun Belt's throwing up a team against the Big Ten. It just different style, different rough, and I just wish they could find a way in the OHSAA to kind of readjust that a little bit and not disperse it so much. I guess keep it tighter, keep yourself in a little bit more regional area so that you're seeing similar style plays. And again, then the cream of the crop rises out of that, and when you meet at the champion or the divisional levels and the higher levels and things of that nature, then it changes out. But to have your first round and come in here and have to go knowing you're traveling 2 hours and you're going to play a team that's just kind of like this, you just say to yourself, this is going to be an extreme uphill battle. The kids are going to have to be on the bus for an extremely long time to get up here. I mean, you're what, maybe an hour to Northmore? Maybe.
Yeah.
You're not used to this bus ride. That changes your whole prep time. That changes your mentality. That changes the way you're approaching it. It's just game day. players are creatures of habits.
Right.
And those are the kind of things that happens here. So either way, though, Fredericktown has put together a valiant effort, and just unfortunately, as Oak Harbor just keeps taking the knee here and doing the right thing, realizing they're going to just let that clock run out and the ball game's going to be over and the final will be 52-7. It's just, unfortunately, this is going to be the last remembrance that some of these young kids from Fredericktown have of their final football game. So, again, as this game comes to an end, our final score here is Oak Harbor 52, Fredericktown 7. Please stick around for the Starting Point post-game show on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point, you have more choices than you think.
So welcome into the Starting Point post-game show. As again, our final score here, Oak Harbor 52, Fredericktown 7. And, Austin, it was about kind of what we expected. It was a situation where we knew if Fredericktown had to have any kind of chance, it had to be quick, it had to be fast, they had to keep pace. And I think in the first quarter they kind of had a hint of that. But unfortunately, the gas ran out, and the machine that is Oak Harbor just drove itself up and down the field.
Yeah. No, I think you look at the first 5 to 10 minutes of this game, if you're the coaches, and you're pretty proud of where the Freddies were with that. Sipes was able to respond back to that early touchdown by the Rockets pretty quickly. But then things just kind of started to get out of hand, and where you needed to basically play a perfect game to even have a shot at staying in it, there was quickly some mistakes, forced upon by the Rockets and stuff like that. But, yeah, no, it went downhill very quickly for the Freddies, and so this is going to be a tough taste to end the season on.
Yes, indeed. But it's, something that the Freddies, they do this every year. They make it a point. They're continuing to start this tradition of hitting the playoffs, finding their postseason. It will pay off in time, and you'll start to see the adjustments and the program grow in that sense. So these are things that Coach Hartley needs to remember of and stick with as he's talking to this team down there is, look, guys, these are what causes us to become a better program. Taking these licks, you are sacrificing some of this for the kids behind you because they're seeing, okay, look, if we want to compete, we know what it takes to get to playoffs. Now we want to compete in the playoffs. This is the next level. These are the type of games we have to be able to come up here and battle through.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing for the Freddies that I think they're going to want to try and take in their own hands is say, okay, you look at the season and it was a 5-5 season. Well, last game of the season was against Centerburg, and you really felt like there was the opportunity there for them to win that game, and they weren't able to pull it out. But if you can start to kind of lock down a little bit more in the KMAX season and try and improve that seeding a little bit, you can try and take it into your own hands. You can try and avoid some of these matchups, get something a little bit more favorable, a little bit closer to home, maybe something where you're in a little bit more similar style of play. But it's all about just getting off to the right foot in the regular season next year. And you got a lot of guys coming back next year, so I do think the Freddies have a lot to look forward to next year, like you said, with how they've kind of learned from the last couple seasons.
Indeed. And we will be looking forward to how that goes, too, as well. We'll probably have maybe 2 more playoff games next week for you. I know Danville's on top in their game, so definitely Danville will be covered on the radio side as well as on Facebook. We may pick up one more if Centerburg's still sticking around or any of the other local teams. But if not, for Gary Carter, who has done an amazing job, not only taking the verbal abuse that Austin gives him behind the scenes, he has also been a great helper and making sure that all of this runs smooth, because I literally show up, I talk in the microphone, say absolutely nothing important, and it all goes over the air as if it was never even hesitant. So, Gary, thank you for everything you do. For Austin, who's been unfortunate to tag along with me, I'm Kyle Kerstetter. Everybody have a great week, and God bless.